Hello and welcome to Giving Automotive. Today is part 3 of working on Nick's truck. He's the young naval officer that's deployed in Afghanistan. If you haven't seen the other 2 episodes, I will link it up in the end card or in the card above my head, so you can click that link so you can get caught up. So what we're going to do today is we're going to work on the interior of the car. We got it running last week, which is a big milestone, so we got it all put back together and running. So what we're going to do is we're going to focus on the interior. I'm going to get all the debris out of it. We're going to clean out 4 years of dust settlement. We're going to clean the carpets and stuff like that. So come along with me and we're going to do that right now. All right, so what we're going to do first is just get this truck all cleaned out. So we're going to get all the debris out and then we'll figure out what needs to go back in later. So this vehicle was put into storage 4 years ago, and the window was left down on the driver's side there. And also at one time there was a dog sleeping in the truck. Also on the driver's side of the vehicle there's a garage door that leads to a dog run, and the dog run is all dirt, and there was dogs that used to track back and forth there. So there's a large amount of dust and debris inside this vehicle because of that. So if you're storing your vehicles, make sure you store them with the windows rolled up, or at least with the windows cracked, not fully down. And that'll reduce the amount of dust that builds up inside the vehicle. Now that I got everything out of the truck, what I'm going to do now is just vacuum everything, all the floors, the seats, everything I can possibly vacuum to get the dust and debris out of here. So after giving the truck a thorough vacuum, now you can see what we're dealing with here. The carpets are pretty heavily stained here. So we're going to work on getting all these stains out and cleaning this up as best we can. And we're going to do a deep clean with the seats and put a whole bunch of elbow grease in this vehicle, trying to get it as clean as we can for Nick. So I'm using some warm water and an all-purpose cleaner here to wipe the dash down and everything down to get as much of this debris off. And as you look here at my rag after the first initial wipe down, you can see how dirty the rag is. So what gave me the idea for Giving Automotive was I was thinking about my mother one day, and when we were kids, my dad was in the Navy, and he got deployed a lot, and he left my mom home with us kids home alone a lot, and the car would break down, and she had no clue what to do, where to go, where to get it taken care of. So my original thought was I'm here in San Diego, and we are heavily in a military area, and what I thought I could do was, like, while the troops are deployed, we could take care of their cars at home, their regular cars that they drive, and take care of their family cars, and do something for them and help support the families here at the home. That either that be their kids or their wife or husband or whatever that it may be, and do repairs on their car and help them out while their husband or daughter or father or whatever is serving their country for and helping keep us free. So the goal was to support them by supporting their family members. And the way I came about it was thinking about my mom, how she struggled with that while my dad was deployed. He was in the submarines, and while he was deployed, and so that was kind of the gist, the idea of how the program was kind of thought of. And then I started talking with people about it, and they're all, why just make it about military families and stuff, which is true. I didn't want to pigeonhole. I want to help as many people as I can. So I expanded it to military or anybody in need, or also if somebody's doing something really cool in your community. So I thought we could help out just about everybody. And the original goal, and still is the goal, is to have sponsors pay for all these repairs. So basically, I'll do all the work. I'll film the repairs or the videos. I'll do backstories on the family members, stuff like that, and kind of create a story behind it and have the sponsors pay for it, and it'd be like a win-win. We get to help people out, we get some video content, and then the sponsors get their names out there, and they get to help give back to the community and give back to people in need and military families and so on. So I thought that would be a really cool concept, and I just wanted to share with you guys that this is a really cool opportunity to give back, and I would like to thank you guys for watching. So right now what I'm doing with this vehicle is it's so dirty from sitting for 4 years that I'm just using basically a heavy terry cloth rag with some detergent and mild detergent and warm water, and I'm just wiping this thing down. Basically, we vacuumed it out already. It's already smells a lot better in here. So here in a minute, I'm gonna get a little bit more detailed and with like an old toothbrush, and I'm gonna get in here and clean it up, and then use some different products and clean the seats. And then we got some brushes, and we're gonna hook up to our drill, and we're gonna get the dirt and debris out of the carpet, and we're gonna get it really soaking wet and you know, clean it out, and then we're gonna wet dry vacuum it and get it as clean as we possibly can. My daughter found this online to help clean the carpets. We're gonna give it a shot and see what it does. This is not sponsored or anything. So what they do is you just hook these brushes up to your drill, and then you get your carpet wet and you buff it in there, and use the brush and the drill to exfoliate the carpet so we get the dirt and debris out. So normally I would spray the carpets with like a carpet cleaner type solution, but this vehicle is so saturated. I'm using a rag that's soaked in soap and water. It's hot water, and I'm using it to clean and rub the water and soap into the carpet. Now I'm going to use this drill to buff bring the dirt up to the surface with the drill, and really get the debris out of it. So as you'll see, these brushes work really well with the drill and help bring that dirt up to the top so we can get it out. I will link this up in the description of the video. I think everybody should own a pair of these brushes to hook up to the drill. It makes doing these type of jobs like this really easy. I was super impressed with this tool, and it was only like 15 bucks on Amazon, so I will link it up in the description. So after getting the dirt worked up to the top, I used a rag to wipe off the top layer of this dirt. And I went back over this a couple times with the brush and wiping and brush and wiping. After a few times of that, then I went to the wet dry vac here, and I vacuumed the remainder dirt and debris and water out of the carpet. I just repeated this step a couple times to make sure that I got as much of this dirt out of the carpet. Now on the sides here, you can see there's a big difference between the spot where I've done right here and in the spot right here where I have not done yet. So what I'm going to do to get this spot here is a smaller area, and that brush I was using was too big to get in here. So what I'm going to do is switch to the smaller brush right here, and I'm going to wipe the carpet down like I did the other one, get it all wet, work the soap in there, and then I use the drill here to buff the carpet and get the dirt up to the top here. And using this small bit allows me to get around behind the seat belt area, so I can get into those cracks and crevices and even get under the seat a little bit to get all this debris out of here. So after I get this all cleaned out and vacuumed out as much of the water I can get out of the carpet here, I'll do the same thing for the seats. And then what I'll do is I'll get some fans in here, and I'll have the fans running probably 3 or 4 hours on the inside of the vehicle here to help dry all this out, so we don't want mildew or anything like that to form. So we want to dry it as best we can. Also, the weather, it's about 101 degrees outside, so it's around 100 degrees inside this shop while we're doing this, so it should dry out pretty fast. So we got the carpets all dialed in. They're looking really good. I've emptied this bucket with soap and water 5 or 6 times now, and now we're going to tackle the seats. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to wash the seats down and try to get as many of these stains out of the seat as we possibly can. And we're going to use the same technique. We're just going to flood this with soap and water, scrub it with rags, and scrub it with the brush on the drill, and then wipe it down, and then use the wet dry vac and suck out as much of this water and debris and dirt as we possibly can. And then after that, we're going to get some fans on here, and we're going to try to dry this interior out really well. We'll let it sit overnight, and then we'll come back tomorrow and we'll check and see if there's any additional spots that need to be addressed. And then we'll address the dash. We'll wipe it down with some good products and make it nice and clean. As I'm working this soap in here, you can see that it's almost like mud built up into the seats. It's been collecting dust for so long. So after cleaning the carpet, the seats and carpet are looking amazing. They're still wet right now, so we're going to let it dry overnight and then come back and then take a look at it, so to make sure that what we're seeing is really clean. And if we need to, we'll go over it again and we'll do it again. Now it's the next day, and the carpet and the seats are dry, and they came out amazing. I was super impressed with how well they came clean. We did a really good job of getting this dirt and debris out of it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to switch our focus to the dashboard, and we're going to wipe it down with some Armor All. I found a big bottle of Armor All on the shelves in Nick's garage there. So we're going to use that to wipe the dashboard down, the door panels down, the shifter boot down. And we're just going to put a little Armor All on there to give it some protection and also to bring out some shine back into the plastic in the dash. So now we're just going to bring it back to life, give it a little shine, a little protection. And it's one step closer to being ready to give back to them. I actually surprised myself how well it came out. Just to goes to show you, with a little bit of effort, how much of a difference you really can make, even on your own vehicle. So if your vehicles need this type of cleaning, don't be afraid to jump in there and clean it out and put a little elbow grease into it. It's worth it. As you can see here, this interior came out pretty amazing. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. If you guys are interested in helping this series out, where we can grow this and help more and more people, I have a donation button where you can donate to the Giving Automotive Fund. It's on the How To Automotive website on the Giving Automotive page. So there's a little donate button. You can click that and you can donate there. It'll greatly help us out, and then we can do more and more. So right now I'm paying for this all on my own dime. And in the future, we're going to have sponsors help us out, do it more and more. And this is just going to get bigger and bigger. And I want to thank you guys for being a part of this journey. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for future episodes and be sure to subscribe.